Hello everyone, Rambles here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Season of Discovery and our Human Paladins leveling campaign. Thank you guys very much for clicking on the video and choosing to join me here in Azeroth today. I really do appreciate it, and I hope everybody is doing well. As you can see, we have a little bit of a different setup today. We were gifted an amazing one-hander, the Blood Razor. This has fiery weapon on it, 130 top end damage, 37 damage per second. Chance on hit to wound the target, causing them to bleed for 120 over 30 seconds. And we also have the Wall of the Dead, which is a 34 block shield with 1900 armor, 10 strength, 15 stam, enchanted with 12 additional stamina. And the chance on equip when struck in combat has a 3% chance to encase the caster in bone, increasing armor by 150. So these are some really powerful epics. And I want to say thank you to Mitosh for supplying us with these so we can go back and try a sword and board build. I've been wanting to get back into some sword and boarding. We didn't have weapons or shield, so now we do. I've also picked up dual spec. And I've done a slightly different spec. It's still mainly ret, but I've done a few different things, including take Sanctity Aura, which we're going to try out today. This is going to buff our holy damage by 10%, and most of what we do besides our auto attack is holy damage, so I'm hoping this yields some positive results. Basically everything else here is very similar, except in protection I went into Redoubt, which increases our chance to block attacks after being the victim of a crit strike. So I figured having the shield and not using Devotion Aura, maybe we go this way. I've gone 5 points in Divine Strength. I can't make myself waste 5 points to get to Consecration. You know, doing this is not going to give us a bigger mana pool because we don't have a lot of intellect. If we were stacking intellect gear, this would be very valuable. Same thing here, flashlight, holy light, 14% to not lose casting time. Like, none of these three are useful to me, and I really can't justify wasting 5 points to try out Consecrate. So yeah, that is what we're working with today. I've gone ahead and cleaned up the inventory a bit. I could drop the Mage Weave off at the bank, and I could probably drop the turtle meat off at the bank too, or we could eventually cook it with some soothing spices. For now, let's just drop the Mage Weave. Oh, our bank is full. We have a full bank. So that is all we will be doing there. Gonna have to get some more bags for that bank. Alright, today for questing, I think we're gonna start off going after Zanzil Mixture and these named guys. And after that, we'll probably be level 48 by then we could try to go after the Bloodcell Buccaneer Captains, which sometimes is a tough one, but we'll see how we do. We should do pretty well because for the next 2 hours we have the Spirit of Zandalar. Movement speed increased by 10% and all stats increased by 15%, so that's going to be pretty big for us. And I guess I didn't talk about runes. I think really the only thing I'm doing very different with runes is I took Avenger Shield. Everything else I've basically left alone. There were a couple of things that are more tank-oriented abilities that we might put on, but I decided not to go with for now. Like, I decided not to go with Hammer of Righteous. And just to keep improved Hammer of Wrath. And I made a couple other choices like that maybe if we were going to tank something, I might change a couple of these. I was even tempted to try Aegis, but I think I'm going to keep Divine Storm for now. If I wanted to try Aegis, then I would probably go Hammer of Righteous on the wrist, just to have another AoE to press. I feel like that would balance it out. Alright, let's go in here first. Oh well. He says. But everything seems to be dying or dead. One named guy is typically back here. There we go. Now, I don't really know what our one-handed sword skill is. That's a good bit of information that currently I'm missing. We're at 142, but out of how much? I mean, with our holy damage, we're doing just fine, so it's not going to matter too much. But let's see, we are at 140 out of 240. Okay, so, you know, suffice to say we have a little bit of work to do skilling up this sword. The great thing about this paladin build is that we're dealing a ton of holy damage. In the meantime, what a cool looking one-handed sword. I don't think I've ever seen this weapon before, but it looks amazing. I really do like it. Now, it might be worth it to still do some light weaving here with Seal of Light. And we're getting low on mana because we're not successfully getting a lot of melee hits, so we're not getting a lot of mana back on our melee swing, basically. Whereas if we were hitting more with the melee swing, we'd be getting a lot more mana back. This is actually turning out to be a little bit of a losing battle. Probably gonna have to pop a potion here. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we came out of it okay. Let's eat and drink. We'll get as much HP as we can before this guy aggroes us. Okay, there we go. Not as much as I would have hoped for. Alright, there's two of the items. The other guy is down on the beach. And we'll be heading there shortly. We do have some elixirs we could pop. That would be a great idea. I think we are level 47. We might be able to pop everything now. Oh, except the major Troll's Blood Potion is apparently a level 53 elixir. So we won't be able to do that one, but let's do armor. We'll do strength. We can do mage blood. And we can do mongoose. Spell damage. That's nice. Look at that big old stack of potions and elixirs. Very visually pleasing. Alright, I don't need to tackle that entire camp right now. We're gonna try to use Hammer of Righteous here. But yeah. The biggest impediment is obviously I'm running out of action bar space. Never thought I would run out of action bar space in Classic. But here we are. We could switch these because Divine Storm has a bit of a longer cooldown. Oh, Hammer of Wrath is not instant without the rune. Ooh. In that case, it's really only good for runners. Yeah, I thought the rune was just giving us the double tap on it, but yeah, the rune is making it instant cast. So, like, maybe this isn't worth it. I mean, it's worth it if we're going to do AoE stuff. Which, as soon as we have weapon skill, we will do AoE pulls when we have weapon skill. Obviously, I don't really want to push too hard right now. Once we get our weapon into the 200 skill, or we'll just, or you know what, on second thought, let's just start now. Yeah, it's totally fine. That Captain America shield always goes much farther than I think it's going to. It has a unique ability to jump much farther than anticipated. This is working out okay. Sort of. Yeah, that was actually fine. Especially considering how little we're hitting. Let's head over to the beach and start staking out the named guy. See what the situation's like over there. We need to switch those. There we go. Misclick. So we have a named guy to get, and depending on how many players are there, that might be challenging. Name guy typically spawns right here in this area. That was rude. Very, very rude, but what do you expect from a Horde side member? Here we go. Here's the name guy we need. Okay, so that's done. Now we just need 6 more Zanzil mixture. Which any of these guys can drop. We pulled a little bit more than we wanted to, I think. Just a little bit more than we maybe wanted to. Just a little bit more. Well, thanks to Lay on Hands, we're going to come out of it alive. Not a very smooth handling, but I'm not exactly used to this spec yet. We're not exactly hitting 100% of the time yet either. Otherwise, that might have been a lot smoother. If I had been better at this build and we had been hitting, then we might not have needed Lay on Hands. Pretty confident we could have taken all those guys with just the potion. Speaking of potions, that was our last one. We have a lot of elixirs, but we need to get a hold of some healing pots. That is what we need. We need one more item. Well, I mean, we almost died doing the pull the one time. We stumbled back into the pull the second time, so not a big surprise that we died. Not a big surprise. Not a lot I could have done there except, you know, not stumble into a bunch of them. Zanzil aggroed us from really far away. He must be a bit of a higher level than the other guys, because he started casting at us, and I was pretty sure if there was anybody over there, we wouldn't be close enough to aggro them. Boy, was I mistaken. Apparently, I'm also running out of food. Food and water. I thought I had another stack of food. Oh, you know what? I do. Well, I have level 35 food. This is all level 35 stuff. So we're ready to buy level 45 stuff next time we're back in town. Which should be pretty soon. And no, for those wondering, I'm probably never going to learn to keep... Blessing of Might up. The really crappy thing about that death is that we lose our amazing world buff. So, yeah, pretty sad. Now we're going to see what the class actually feels like. We're not going to be able to get in there and loot. It's going to be a little reality check for us. How much damage do we actually do compared to how much damage do we do with the world buffs? We also lost a pile of elixirs, which is really painful also. When I have all those elixirs and I have, you know, the world buffs, I gotta play like it's hardcore. I can't afford to be just stumbling around, getting myself killed, you know? It's a big waste of resources. There we go. That is 12 out of 12. Let's run ourselves back to town. We'll turn this one in. I think we will probably hit level 48. And then we can head out to the coast and try to take on the Blood Cell Captains. I feel like this will be a good build for infiltrating the boats. You know, there's going to be a lot of multi-pulls. And yeah, I feel like this build is kind of perfect for that, if we're not being as stupid as I was back in the Zanzil area. Gotta use my brain a little bit more. As hard as that is. Well, that was a big chunk of XP. Looks like he might also have a follow-up in a minute here.
You need something?
Bring Maury's key to Seawolf McKinley. I don't know where that is.
For the Alliance.
You might have to kill a load of them. Oh, Maury's key is on the Elite Ogres. We could probably do that. We could probably solo those Elite Ogres. I soloed it on my vanilla era warrior on the Anniversary Realms. So we might be able to solo it here too. Okay, so that's 48. We got a talent point. And I think we're just going to keep going into readout for now. We have another quest to turn in at the inn. I need to get some level 45 food and water.
Time is money, friend. Keep it real. I got what you need. Keep it real. Hey, yeah. Have a good one.
My, you're a tall one.
The Lost Grog. Oh, this is...
Off and away.
That's in, is it Arathi Highlands? No, it's Hinterlands. That's a Hinterlands quest. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Hang on to that. Not sure when we'll be getting out to the Hinterlands, but probably pretty soon, apparently. For now, let's go kill some pirate captains, shall we? Probably not a bad idea to keep leveling up our one-handed skill on the way. I don't think we're capped out yet. No, we're only 207 out of 245. So yeah, whatever we can smack on the way, we will. Get this skilled up a little bit more. Not a lot around here for us to fight, however. In all that, we didn't get the name guy. All we did, for some reason I thought the big named Tauren guy was our named guy because he had a name. All we did was open it up for this asshole to come in and take this from us. I'm sure he's a fine person. I'm just stupid. Yeah, I should have been paying more attention. I wouldn't have cleared all that so haphazardly. But he did just come down here and just steal this from us, so I don't know. It's Horde versus Alliance, right? You're welcome. You're welcome. Now you go to the next boat and you clear the way for me. Alright, it'd be really cool if we could take a second and get all of our health and mana back. Okay, on to boat number 2. Yep, there's our Tauren buddy. Once again, we are late to the party. Oh, there we go. Cooperation. And then the last boat is all the way over here. I suppose we could leave group. It doesn't look like they're headed this way, so possibly they cleared this one first. And maybe by now, maybe our Tauren buddy will have already cleared this boat and headed off on his merry way. No, there he is. He is not done here yet, so, I mean, we should probably be careful here. He's probably going to beat us to the name guy, and we're just going to have to be okay with that. I really don't want to end up dead and lose all my elixirs again. Well, it was nice to finally beat him to a named guy. Alright, I think we go back to Booty Bay and we turn this one in. Mori's Key. This was the Ogre one. And Head of Bangalash. Head of Bangalash is all the way to the north. I mean, maybe we can go do this stuff. Maybe we don't go back to Booty Bay right now. Maybe we make a run to the middle of Stranglethorn and we try to do... Let's at least do Head of Banglash. I'm not sure about the ogres. We can go check them out and see how easy they are to kill. But I think for sure we can get the named tiger. Get that one done. Our Hearthstone is set to Booty Bay, so in 7 minutes we'll just be able to hearth back, regardless of how we do with the elite stuff. My Zoth. The witch drove him to evil still lives. I've never heard of this one. Through my studies, I have discovered this. An ogre mage, my Zoth, dwells in an ogre mound. Oh, they're in the back of that ogre mound. I mean, if we're gonna try to kill the ogres, if it turns out we can kill them, we might as well try fighting our way back into said mound. And maybe trying to kill the name guy. Maybe we run into other players there and we can group up. Who knows? We'll go check it out. If you're a hunter, never open by throwing a trap. Notice how I tagged him and then pulled him into the guy's trap. Just a little bit of extra, like, burn damage, I suppose. We got really lucky with that one. 3 more seconds and he would have beat us to that mob. 3 more seconds. Alright, that was good. Let's move on over to the Ogre mound. That was really easy to fight him. I mean, granted, we might have had a little bit of help in the way of a burning trap. Actually, I think it was an immolation trap. But yeah. We should be able to fight these elite ogres, unless they're like level 47 elites. The quest is level 44, so I'm kind of hoping the mobs will be around that same level. Yeah, these guys are level 42. Let's focus on fighting our way into the back of the cave to try to go after the guy for the named quest. We got a level 48 here fighting them solo. That being said, I need to find the cave. I think the cave must be down this way. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this'll be fine. This will be absolutely fine, as long as we don't get overwhelmed with too many of them. We could probably fight 2 of these guys. 3 of them would be a stretch. Yeah, but fighting one of them is absolutely fine. We're gonna have a 2-pull here at the entrance, it looks like, though. We're gonna try to go after the spellcaster first, obviously. Without another interrupt, this is gonna be very hard. Let's get out of the flame strike area. Yeah, without an interrupt here, the casters are gonna make this really impossible. The casters here are going to make this impossible, guys. I might need to switch out for Rebuke. Like, we might have to have Rebuke. We might have to have Rebuke for this. Oh! What a pain. All of our elixirs gone again. Maybe we shouldn't even bother doing this. I'm going to give it one more try. If we get killed doing it again, I'm just gonna get out of there. We don't need quests so bad that we need to be wasting our time with this. It'd be nice to be able to try to do it and like push ourselves, but not if we're just gonna keep getting killed. And if we have to fight a caster and a melee guy at the same time, they're gonna kill us. We got a res, which I appreciate. I'm surprised we didn't get res like right by a bad guy. It's pretty close. Yeah, I don't know about this. We'll give it one more shot. Just feels like kind of a waste of all of our resources right now. This is going to make it much easier. This is gonna be a race to the named guy. It's gonna be a race to the named guy. I don't want to pull too much. And maybe I already have, I don't know. They somehow got him. They somehow got him. Oh! We'll see if we can wait for a res. Alright, let's get out of here. We are still trying to get the key, so we could stick around, we could fight some extra, we could just hearth out and turn this one in, either way. Yeah, if we want to farm for the key, we can just do it outside. Of course, now that we died, we don't have buffs. They're dropping mobs on us. Yeah, this is... we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna call it at that, I think. For this area, I don't think there's a good reason to try to fight these elites. We've died here now multiple times. Burned through a bunch of elixirs. We got the guy's head, or whatever it was, for killing the guy. So that's fine. Maybe we come back here at some point. I'm not sure. But for now, let's go ahead and let's turn in the quest at the hunting camp, and then we'll hearth back to Booty Bay. I'm noticing we also have a quest to turn in at the rebel camp. I never see these turn-ins, partially because I have the icons so small. Maybe I should finally do something about that. That'd be smart. Where are the map icon sizes? There we go. Just make everything a little bit bigger so my old eyes can see.
How are you? See you around. See you later.
That was another huge chunk of XP. With that, we can go to Booty Bay. We have one more there to turn in. And then we have to start thinking about what zone we're going to go to next. We could probably go back to Tannerus and do some things. I know there should be some more quests there that we can take on. So maybe that's our next move. If we do that, we might be able to run Zul'Farrak another time or two. Now that we have kind of a tanky build going on, we could tank it if we wanted to do that.
What brings you here?
And yeah, there we go. It's a cool chess piece. We are very close to level 49. everything's going really smoothly still. But yeah, I think now it's time probably to head... Either we could do Hinterlands, or we can go back to Tannerus. If I take a look at Hinterlands... what do we have? Level 45, level 48, 45. Yeah, I think it's probably potentially maybe a good time to head over to Hinterlands. I wonder, I guess the closest flight point that I probably have is going to be the South Shore flight point. So yeah, that's going to be the plan for next time, guys. I'm going to park it right here for today and hopefully catch another world buff here pretty soon. And next time, we will check things out in the Hinterlands. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate all the support on the series. It does mean the world to me. So take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.